in yet, though.
You want to get in? You want to get it in?
We sure are in.
You want to get it in? Want to get it in? Want to do? No, we should do it. Dave, I know that we're both half asleep, but let's do a podcast.
Unidentical.
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 Welcome back to Unidentical with me, Jason Collins, and my brother David Collins, and super producer Solo Man and Heos.
Hello. I'm the only one not sleepy today.
Man, let me get through that. Make sure you rate and review at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever it is that you download your audio podcast. And if you want to look at our gorgeous identical faces, YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, make sure you know when something's coming at ya. Also, anything, one-stop shop, Unidentical Pod, go to unidenticalpod.com. You can see merch, you can see links to where you could listen, links to where you could watch, you can see links to my upcoming shows, links to my 1 hour special, all that stuff at unidenticalpod.com. And if you want to give us a shout, give us a idea, give us a story, go to unidenticalpod@gmail.com. And if you want a dope, fresh, fly, bold podcast, wild, you want to
Wild.
fresh,
Wild, fresh, fly, and bold, and we're going to be like that.
well, I'm bold. You guys are here, right? Well, I'm bold. How bold? You guys- Well, I'm bold.
Yeah, it sounds like something.
How bold?
Oh,
Well, I'm bold.
how bold.
I'll slap a man with this gun. I'll kiss his mother, diss his woman, and not even run. Now that's bold.
Yeah, that is.
I kind of fucked the lyrics up on that a little bit. Come to
Once you-
Podcast Place in Long Beach, California to get your podcast, guys. That's Podcast Place.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I got my shirts in, by the way.
Ooh,
Getting one.
We got some
Yeah,
Podcast
got my
Place
shirt
merch.
in.
I'll rock that on stage because that's how much I love it here. That's how much I love it here. I'll wear anything on stage because,
And what I do, act more stupidly.
man, I had a great night last night. I don't know what your excuse is for getting up late. What
I hate the mornings. You scheduled this knowing you were going to be out at the Glass Mansion.
No, I didn't.
In all Hollywood.
Didn't know the Glass Mansion. I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't think about it because I can't remember when I scheduled.
You have an excuse though.
I have an excuse. I didn't walk into my door till 3:30 this morning from my late night last night. I had an 8:30 show
I went pee at 3:30.
Yeah, and then went right back to bed. Yeah, I had an 8:30 show at the Improv, and it was awesome. And then I jumped over to the Comedy Store to hang out with my big brother in comedy, Russell Peters. And that's always a night, man. We all ended up going to his place and having cigars until I think we all looked at our phones and said, "Oh shit, it's 2:00 in the morning, 2:20 in the morning. We got lives." And I just had to wake up to do this. Like Russell had to get on a plane at like 8 in the morning. That dude's such a night owl. When we were touring together, we would have breakfast at 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's when we were having breakfast. Not a morning person. Him or I.
That's my whole. Because I can't stand mornings. I just don't wake up. I can't.
I love sleeping.
Morning's the worst.
Dude. And then
usually older people usually get up at like the crack of dawn. So I think I'm doing old wrong.
Yeah, we're not that old.
You're doing the Benjamin Button. You're going backwards.
Yeah. Wonder what that is. Is it because you do less shit at night? The earlier you get up in the morning, the older you get is because you just do less shit at night.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe.
Because you don't want to be partying until 5.
Right.
Well, my understanding is you need less sleep as you get older, so maybe you're just staying up later.
That's a thing? You need less sleep as you get older?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
That's what I hear.
I'm doing older wrong then too because I need all the sleep.
How many hours of sleep do you get on average? Like
6 to 8.
6 to 8? Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
7 to 9 for me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
That's
if I get 5,
Yeah.
That's a good day for me.
And you're okay with it?
Yeah. If I get 5 hours,
But you're like 100.
Okay. You see, I'm letting my goatee grow in. It's growing in gray. Yeah, I'm trying to embrace my age a little bit.
How long does that take these days?
Oh, it'll take me probably 2 weeks.
Really?
I don't grow hair that fast.
Mine is just all patchy and all the little gray spots. Thanks, Just for Men. I use Just for Men in my beard.
Do you?
not the dye where you just like brush it in and then boom, all of a sudden it's dark.
Right.
I do the average.
The old GI Joes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I use the wash in just for men, but it's
It's gradual?
the gradual gray, like because it wants to be salt and pepper.
So
Salt and pepper.
what do you want it to look like?
This,
Okay, so it's the way you want now.
yeah, I don't want to just show up one day and all of a sudden I got a jet black beard. Imagine,
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
just hey guys, and then not even touch it, and everybody's looking at me like, "Did you know he's?"
I'm pretty much all
And
salt.
it's dripping right here.
It doesn't drip anymore. Only we use the cheap stuff. I think that probably was just show makeup that was dripping from him.
with
What's his name?
the old governor, or the
Yeah,
old
yeah,
mayor.
yeah, yeah.
Fuck is his name? I don't. I'm so bad. Especially when I haven't got
Giuliani.
Rudy.
You think of it in a funny accent.
Oh,
Yeah.
Giuliani.
It's Fruity Rudy or Crude Rude. Remember he got caught on tape, wanted that girl to pull his pee out?
Oh, that was
Crude
a Borat
Rude.
thing, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny to me. I love it. The girl that was supposed to be Borat's daughter.
What?
Mm.
You never saw the Borat movie where
Giuliani's in the
Yeah.
hotel room. He lays down in the bed. He starts pulling his pants.
Right.
And then they tell him something, right?
yeah, no, I think they walk in on him or something.
Yeah, it was something like that.
What a dork. And but also I'm very aware of creepy now because I'm in my mid 50s, almost mid 50s. And I catch myself doing things like, oh, that's probably creepy, so I shouldn't do that. And I've noticed the older you get, the creepier you get trying to talk to girls because and here's why. Because the more intelligent you get. As you age, you get more intelligent. So instead of going, dang, girl, you look good, you're like, young lady, you're absolutely stunning. You're astonishingly gorgeous. And
You
that
should
is
have
the
stopped at
creepiest
young lady.
creepiest shit to be.
You say that?
It's so creepy to be intelligent. It's so creepy to be articulate.
Right.
I think
my
I
love.
think the other part of that too is that we don't feel how we look. You know what I mean? We don't feel our age. We feel 30, and we feel like we can relate to people on
If
that
I-
level.
if
And
I-
so you
yeah.
start talking to them like that, and they're looking at you
Well,
like,
I'm not doing the talking
What's
part
up?
these days because I'm, a happily married man. But it's human nature to notice an attractive person.
yes.
And in my mind, if I look at a girl like this, it's what it is in my mind. But I know in real life, I'm going,
Yeah, because you don't realize as you get older, you stare too long, you make it too obvious.
And because I'm a comedian, I think being a comedian saves me a lot too, because I'm observational. I'm an observational comic. So I'm constantly observing things around me and just taking in the shit that I think is funny. So I'll be at like a Starbucks or something and I'll see an older guy and, younger women or men or whatever are walking in and they just slightly agaped mouth or whatever the word is. And
Yeah.
and then you get to the age where you need, assistance seeing. So they're
You're
over
looking
the-
over the glasses.
looking over the
Yeah.
glasses and shit.
Mouth open.
Not to mention you have a hard time turning your neck, so you actually turn your whole shoulders
Yeah.
around. And,
Yeah, you're doing like the Batman. Like
Yeah.
you're like,
And then you're at Starbucks, so the wooden chair goes on the floor. Oh, sorry. I was just looking at your butt. Dude, I've been catching some of my friends doing older stuff now too. Some of my friends in comedy, because my friends, we're all the same age. Yeah, you old motherfuckers, right? But a lot of my friends in comedy are younger than me because I started at an older age. I didn't start stand up till 35, but now I'm like a lot of my buddies are turning 50 now.
yeah.
Because dude, I was watching my buddy Ron Jostle. Shout out Ron. That's a funny motherfucker. But
what's his last name?
Ron Jostle. He ended up. Let me tell you what he did for some.
Like Jostle? Like,
Yeah.
oh, cool.
Josel.
Good
And
name.
so I'm sitting at the bar we're at the Improv. I'm at the bar and I look over and I see him talking to some people. I was like, my buddy Ron. And somebody pulled out a phone or something to show him something. And he had to do one of these where he
The eyeglass switch?
pulled the glasses up
Oh.
because he's not wearing them. So because a lot of people aren't ready yet. Like my wife was that way. She wasn't ready to be the lady in glasses. But me, David will tell you, I've been in glasses since elementary school. So it's just a thing.
Both of you?
Not him.
A little bit with me, not as much.
Or were you
but
just in denial?
we were both, it was the late early 80s,
Yeah.
And so it was like glasses were considered nerdy back then. It
Oh.
wasn't like a cool accessory like it is now.
Right. And my
And-
prescription required a very weird at the time because the technology's gotten better. You can't tell now.
Yeah.
But my glasses was always like the left lens was way thicker than the right lens. You know,
And the
so I was that guy with one big eye.
lens was thick, and the other one looked like stained glass or something. But because of that, mom put on your glasses when you're leaving for school, and then this glasses pretty much spent most of the day in my pocket.
I wasn't the guy. I wasn't the kid. I wasn't a kid in glasses, but I was because I needed them to read and all that stuff. But my friends you never saw me wearing glasses. First 7 years of stand up, I didn't wear glasses. Like if you look back at my Tonight Show clip,
Couldn't see the crowd at all.
no glasses. Yeah, and a buddy of mine was like, "Bro, put your glasses on. I could tell you can't see shit." Because I'm like, "Hey guys," like the crowd's here. I'm looking over them. What's up, everybody? How are you? They're like, "We're down here, man." But yeah, I caught my buddy Ron pulling glasses out to read something
That's
and then
great.
putting them on the edge of his nose.
On the edge of the nose.
Oh,
is the
funny,
best.
dude.
Yeah, just wait till they're pulling their cell phones out to take pictures of stuff to blow it up so you can read it.
Oh, dude,
I mean, wait, I do that.
yeah,
I have to do that.
the text size on my phone, I get shit for it. I mean, I'm always around comedians.
Yeah.
Like I'll be looking at a text and somebody will walk by me and go, "Hey man, why don't you make that text a little bigger?"
Or make the screen brighter. That's what
Yeah.
my daughter
Oh.
tells me. You know,
Right.
can your screen be any brighter?
You're in a movie theater and you get a message. You're like, "Hold on, let me get that." The entire theater is just illuminated because I'm looking at a text.
Seriously, you tan.
And it's
off
just
of
like bottom lit. Oh. Are those the deadlights from It?
Yeah.
You like
That's
It?
good pull.
Was it a good fall?
Yeah,
Deadlights?
Yeah.
I just watched It chapter 2.
Uh-huh.
I just watched It chapter 2.
Good. When I just
Somebody
watched
asked me-
Christine. Oh, it's Halloween time.
It's Halloween time.
So
Somebody
look at all
asked me
these
last
scary
night.
movies coming up.
Yeah, I want to talk about that. Somebody asked me last night where I just walked in and they were having a conversation and then she stopped me. She goes, "Wait, hey, we were just talking. What's your favorite scary movie?" And I have such a hard time with that question with anything. What's your favorite movie? What's
You
your
do,
favorite
yeah.
song? What's
Yeah.
And I really believe that if somebody has a singular favorite one thing, their tisms are showing. Like
Well,
that's kind of weird to have one singular. What's your favorite song of all time?
Right.
Huh?
what
That's there's so many. I literally name one and go, "Oh wait, but then there's the other one. Oh, but wait, then there's that other one."
yeah.
But wait, where's your favorite restaurant to get pancakes?
I could tell you the last one that I went to and it was fine.
So you don't have a favorite.
No, even if it has the name.
You are
Pancakes
doing old wrong.
I know. Even though it has pancakes in the title, IHOP, I'm not a big fan.
IHOP has the best pancakes. They just have the worst like customer experience. You know, just sitting there, it feels like you're in the cafeteria.
And all of them are
Shut up
tiny.
and eat your fucking pancakes.
Yeah.
They're all like little skinny houses.
Oh, the
International.
old ones are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one by my house. But yeah, she asked me, what's your all-time favorite scary movie? Do you have one?
Scary movie. Well,
Also,
here's the thing. There are some where you go, wow, that one really stuck out in my memory. So is she saying your favorite, meaning I want to watch it all the time? Because if you want to watch a scary movie all the time, it becomes unscary. You know
Right.
where all the
Right.
jumps are, you know where the twists are. And
I think they're leaving it up to you to determine what
Yeah.
favorite means.
As a
but
kid,
I do get favorite moment movies. Like there'll be a movie of the moment. You know how I get, and then I'll watch it like 5 fucking times, and then I'm over it. The last one was Nope for me.
Tism.
No, what do you mean by
Nope was
tism?
pretty. Huh?
What do you mean by tism?
He's
Autism.
yeah.
Oh.
Your tism's showing.
Okay, sorry.
But yeah, you know how I get that. Like I did that with Jurassic Park when it first came out. I
Jurassic
went
Park.
to the theater to see Jurassic Park in the theater.
My brother does this thing too. Well, he will want to tell you the entire movie because he gets so excited about it. You get really excited about movies. I'm just going to tell you this one thing. It's not going to ruin the plot,
And then I just tell
but the hero dies at this part of it.
But yeah, my most recent obsession movie was Nope.
See, that's another thing. I loved Nope, but it was about it was a space alien, right?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing about it that bothered me.
Spoiler
when I watched
alert.
the original one. Spoiler, nope.
No, I was going to say something real quick, but then I didn't want to interrupt you. Go ahead.
So when the Tim Curry It movie came out,
Mhm.
it was cool. And it was scary because of the age we were at too and stuff.
But it was also made for television.
it was made for TV
Tame.
and they left a lot out that was in the book that's like, holy shit,
It's
terrifying.
another one of my. I've read that book cover to cover. Oh, 1,096 pages.
It's an alien. Isn't it an alien
Yeah.
at the end of the movie? It's
spoiler
not a,
alert.
It's not a scary ghosty clown. It's because I like the scary ghosty clown.
Well, the alien knew what made them scared. and it took
How?
the form because it's an alien and it has that.
It takes the
ability.
form of what it knows you're afraid
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
It just shows up.
Yeah. But no, that's
It
another.
just shows up as a black family
Now,
living
again,
across the street from your house
I-
to white people. I know what this man's afraid of. Hey, neighbor. We're having a barbecue Saturday if you want to come by.
There was a little series that had that in it. I don't know, but yeah, I read it probably cover to cover 5 to 6 times. But when I first read it,
Big book.
when I first read it, I was only 12,
And
13.
that
Think
would've-
about the
wouldn't been able to
things-
sleep.
dude. But you can't stop reading it. It was so good, or I couldn't.
Because there were scenes in
But-
the new one that my mom and you told me that was in the book that I'm like, like the scene where they ripped his arm off.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't in the original
Yeah, that's in the book.
90s movie. Was it 90s?
Yes, it was 90, I believe. It might have been 1991.
But I just watched chapter 2 of the latest one, the one with my
Mhm.
boy that I love, Bill Hader.
Bill Hader's great. He plays Richie Tozier.
Yeah,
Oh.
beep beep Richie. But there's some scary ass jump scenes in that one that were
Yeah.
pretty good. But then there's movies that I found scary that you guys made fun of me because I thought it was. Remember Darkness Falls?
The Tooth Fairy one?
Yeah, but
No, that was scary. We just had fun making
it
fun
just.
of you about
But
it.
if it only got you if you were in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
That was a good one.
Anything that you could. Yeah, see, like Jaws, for example,
Jaws scared me.
scared the shit out of me.
Yeah,
I'm
I was
not-
scared to get off
but I
the
don't-
bed.
See, that's the thing. Can I say that's my all-time favorite scary movie?
Mhm.
But Jaws was so scary and so good. I would think about Jaws if I took a bath.
Mhm.
Like he's gonna break through the bottom of this bathtub and get me.
Right.
And what made it the most scary was what you couldn't see.
Right.
And the music.
So if your mom
Right.
came in and said,
And
"Let's
that
put
was
more suds," and so
Yeah.
you couldn't see the water, you'd be freaking out.
And from what I understand, that was a technique created out of necessity because
Yeah.
they couldn't afford to show a
Yep.
good-looking shark.
And there's something about music too. Like for example, when
absolutely.
they test screened Halloween to a test audience, there was no
Halloween, the music. I'm going to tell.
there was no music.
No.
And it wasn't, people were laughing
Mm.
and thought it wasn't scary at all.
Mhm.
And then they added the music, which Wes Craven did
No.
himself.
John Carpenter.
John Carpenter,
Right.
sorry. Wes Craven was Elm Street. Right?
Yes.
John Carpenter did the movie himself.
Did the music himself. Yep.
And it was so basic and so simple, but so that you feel, that gives
Yeah.
you like, oh shit, something's about to happen.
Yeah.
And then it was
Speaking
scary.
of that, speaking of that, and speaking of Jaws,
Okay.
Another thing that was scary about Jaws, aside from what you couldn't see, was its relentlessness. No matter what, this thing is going to get you.
Yeah.
It's going to do whatever it can to get you.
Mhm. And that's
Take that,
yeah.
and then take the directing and stuff of John Carpenter, and then the amazing storytelling of Stephen King, and you got Christine, the movie. John Carpenter's Christine, based on Stephen King's Christine.
that
The
was
car is like it's Jaws. Like no matter what, this thing is going to get you, and it's really good and really scary. It's from 1984, I believe it came
the
out.
movie Christine, and it's John Carpenter's.
It could be
Christine,
earlier. I know
based
that-
on the book by Stephen King.
Yes, and I know
didn't
that.
realize
I know
that.
that.
Yeah.
I don't know that either.
I know that the movie takes place in 1978, if
Hmm.
I'm correct, but was made in the early 80s because it's the kid, the kid from Back to School, and
Yeah.
so yeah, it's an early
He ended up
80s
becoming
movie.
a director, right?
Yeah. And it is so good. And again, it's John Carpenter's Christine, but he's adapted the story from Stephen King, just like The Shining. You know, everybody's the movie Shining. They call that Stanley Kubrick's The Shining,
Right.
but it's based on the book of Stephen King. But yeah, that movie Christine, I just watched the other day, and yeah, it was so good.
Halloween was
Christine,
scary.
can I tell it
Yeah.
real quick? If you don't know what the story Christine, it's a car. It's basically a car.
It's a haunted
Yeah.
car, right?
It's a possessed car, and the car that they picked that he actually put it in the book, and then they put it in the movie is a I want to say it's a 1957 Plymouth Fury,
yeah.
and it's a really good movie. And you have to understand, in that time they had all these fun, creative, innovative techniques for special effects because there was no CGI. And there's a scene. Well, I don't want to spoil it, but
No, it's an
there's
old
some
movie,
really
not to spoil it.
amazing visual effects in that movie that you could nowadays you could look at it and go, oh, they probably did this, but it still looks great. You
Give
know
me
what
an
I mean?
example.
Well, when okay, so the kid Arnie, the main character,
Mhm.
he's a nerdy kid. He's bullied, and he buys this old beat up car, Christine, named Christine, that it's gonna help him with his confidence. He thinks, and his popularity. Well, it ends up they kind of become
Juan.
like one, and he starts to look super cool, and the car over time starts restoring. Like you're looking at, whoa, it's got to do this, and next thing you know, it's this incredibly beautifully
It's like a 10-point
restored,
restoration.
10-point restored Plymouth Fury, red with white trim,
So
Yeah.
sick.
and
Did you see an image of it?
Oh, I can.
the
I can
thing
find
that
it.
pull that up on the screen here. But the thing that got me about that film though, and the beautiful car is that they destroyed so many of them for the scenes.
Where did they find all of them?
Exactly. I was like, thought that was pretty incredible.
Well,
some of them were some of them were just shells
Oh, okay.
but
no
they
more
weren't
were-
all. They didn't use all Plymouth Furies, so
in the movie.
Yeah, they also used the Savoy and the Belvedere.
Ah, okay.
As-
Probably from some of the farther away scenes that weren't.
Same year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 57, 58.
There she is. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
And it's just a beautiful car. But what happens?
Does it
there's
come
a
with the
scene-
hot chicken roller skates?
Comes
There-
with the roller skate.
There's a scene where the bullies, in order to get
Yeah.
Arnie, and they destroy Christine. They
Right.
go to where he parks it. He parks it in this public garage where
Yeah.
he uses, and they destroy it with sledgehammers and axes and that kind of thing. And
I
then
love
there's
that
a scene where
This scene, Dave.
she
Show me.
that's the one.
Show me.
And then the lights go with the lens flare. Bing!
And that
lens
it's
flare.
the sound effect too.
And I'm telling you, that's Carpenter, man. That's John Carpenter.
Oh man. It's
and
the same.
and then she starts to restore herself,
Mhm.
popping out. You know what I mean? And
What
looking-
what an amazing thing to be able to do is take this beautiful car
Mhm.
and make it terrifying.
yeah, it's the star of the movie. And there's
Yeah.
near
Cujo.
the end, it's all busted up trying to get them, and the grill is busted up in a way that it looks like an open maw, like a mouth with fangs, kind of thing, but not too corny. It's pretty cool. Well done movie.
It
And
still
understand
speaks to
too that
relentless desperation.
Yes.
Come get you.
it's
yeah.
it's gonna get no matter what, and it's really scary. It's a cool movie, and when you watch it, just you understand that it's from 83 or 4. We were 13 or 12
when they
it
knew
came.
how to make movies.
Yeah, and it's really good. We just watched that the other night. Christine,
Really? How about
John Carpenter's Christine, based on Stephen King's.
Would you be
I've
able
watched
to
it so
then-
many times.
Would you be able to concede to a top 5?
Yeah, maybe.
You could do a
There's
top 5 instead of a
There's
1,
So
huh?
many. It's so many. So I think Christine's up there. I'm gonna go. Jaws is up there. Halloween is up there.
Mhm.
I just recently watched the original Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Not scary, just goofy and silly as shit.
That's how I feel about The Exorcist.
Yeah,
That movie
Exorcist is
never
silly.
scared me.
Yeah, it's like never scared me.
Now, I'm like, this is maybe a sensitive area for some people, but when movies start to get into religious stuff,
Yeah.
it becomes very,
Then you're
very
like, oh, it's really make believe.
unscary
Just
to me.
Wait, like The Conjuring? Like that?
When it starts to, it's like,
What's the one with the
possession? I think
Oh, possession.
it doesn't scare
Yeah.
me. I don't
And why
think
is
it's
it
real.
only Catholic people get possessed?
You know what I mean?
'Cause-
For example, dude, there's this new movie called The Deliverance.
Yeah.
And I watched it, and right at the end, it became all about Jesus and all this. And it just took me out of it. It was
Yeah.
like, oh, this isn't scary at all,
Yeah.
man. This is lame.
Yeah.
It
I have to
doesn't
be a
like,
believer in this thing to understand.
yeah.
See,
Mm.
there's more.
lame.
Yeah.
But so with the throwing up and the head spinning around and the Exorcist,
Yeah.
that was comical to me. But then again, there are certain ones, if they're done right, though, like the Amityville Horror movie, the original one, that one was scary to me.
Yeah. What's the
Original
what's the,
Poltergeist was very scary.
What's
Oh,
the
yeah,
movies with the psychic couple?
Yeah, that's Conjuring.
Those are
That's
the
that
Conjuring
whole-
movies.
yeah.
There's a few parts in there that are pretty scary, but
Oh,
like
yeah.
again, it's not all
No.
scary. It's like going back to Christine. It's like taking the simplest thing and making it terrifying. Is fucking genius to me.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, trying to think but there were Jaws, Halloween,
Poltergeist,
Poltergeist.
the first one. They
The
made
first
it. They
one.
remade it. It's hard to find, but it was.
Yeah,
I have
They-
another thing to say about that now that it's in my head. The
they
second
remade The
Poltergeist.
Shining.
Okay, so you remember in Poltergeist when to go get Carol Ann, she had to go into the closet and then came out the other end?
Yeah.
And then, we got her. Yay. Remember that?
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
remake, we go in the closet with them and see what it's like. And I got to say, it looks exactly like the Upside Down in Stranger Things, and it came out first before Stranger Things. And I'm wondering, is that where they got the idea?
Maybe.
Yeah. But yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know my top 5. I think one of the scariest movies I've ever seen. Mine are typically sci-fi. The Thing by John Carpenter.
Yeah.
That movie scared the heck out of me. And then Alien, the second one.
Really?
Yeah, with the soldiers and stuff. That one scared me.
No, see,
But
that's
the
the
scariest movie-
the one with you're talking about the thing with Kurt Russell.
Yes,
That one was scary.
Yeah,
What's the thing? What is it that we don't know?
something they found in the Antarctic.
Probably.
Is it spiritual or is it an actual?
No, it's an actual
monster. No, it's
monster.
scary.
Okay, I got to rewatch that.
Yeah.
Remember, we watched it as kids. Remember when the guy's head came off and then the head sprouted legs?
Yeah.
And then walked around?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Remember when they were all tied up on the bench and that guy started with, "Get me out," and they're all tied up together because they didn't know which one was
Right.
which one had it.
Oh, man,
that was one of the funniest scenes I've ever seen.
That's actually a remake too.
Wow.
The original one came out in either the 50s or late 50s, early 60s or something, and it was just a guy in a big suit.
Mm.
But
What's the one that they were like pod people or something?
Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers. What was that about?
Aliens who come in, they
Sometimes aliens ones don't scare
they
me.
emulate human beings and then
Right.
they go and they make other people, so they're slowly like invading.
It's movies that the thing that you're afraid of you can't see sometimes, and the thing in the
Creepy,
dark.
scary, yeah.
Like, there are certain scenes that I feel like when someone's looking in a dark room and they can't see what's in there and it's really quiet and you know the jump scare is coming,
Mhm.
then it's not a jump scare. It's just really creepy.
Right, yeah,
Like
yeah.
all of a sudden a face will appear out of the dark.
Mhm.
That kind of shit.
Well, watch The Nun.
Mhm.
That's what I heard.
There's
Is
a lot of those kinds of scenes.
Yeah.
I mean, even though there's a basic religious background for it,
It's
still a traditional scary movie.
and it's a modern movie. It's like a pretty recent movie, The Nun.
I mean, the movies are recent. They're based on earlier times, though, like when we actually had none.
So I'm not gonna have to watch this movie and at the end somebody's gonna go, "You don't want none." Like they do. I don't want to see that.
Is that considered a dad joke, by the way?
I hate
You
that
don't
kind of
want none.
stuff. I hate that kind of stuff in movies.
No,
me too.
no.
Remember our friend Aaron was his big pet peeve of movies is when they would say the title
In the movie, yeah. Yeah. I kind of don't like that either.
Yeah.
Back to I
can't
relentless like a Jaws and a Christine. It's gonna get you no matter what. It Follows.
Oh,
Have you seen It Follows?
It
Maybe.
Follows is
Maybe.
Yeah, that's a
it's
good one.
pretty good.
Yeah.
God, there's so many. I can't even do a top 5.
Mm.
I'm just not that person to say my favorite song. Do you know what my favorite song is? I don't have
Well,
one.
so when you fill out security questions, not that you have to answer this, but when they say, favorite movie or whatever,
That's a
as
security
question.
Oh yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Huh.
Mine is always Romancing the Stone.
Yeah, dude. That's not a scary movie, but
No,
that's a great
no.
movie.
That's
I like the porn
That's an
version
awesome
better.
movie.
the porn version.
Romancing the Bone. Have you seen that one?
I think no.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Poon. Have you seen that?
Harry Pooper.
And then instead of it, touch it.
Wow.
Bad.
Romancing the
No.
Stone is such a great movie. It's
It's
my
a
little
great
mule.
movie. It's a great movie. I love that movie, man.
Remember the little mule? Is 4x4. That guy.
I feel like
Yes.
I just
Oh.
watched a recent movie and I was like, hey, this is the same kind of thing as Romancing the Stone, where she was a writer.
Joel
Yes.
Wilder.
Like that.
The Joan Wilder?
That actor, I don't know who he is, but remember he was also in Three Amigos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was El Guapo.
Who are these guys? What's the movie you're talking about? Who was in it? And it was like not even a remake. It was just a movie that was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, but she was a writer and it became like, it could have been a series. I don't know.
sounds like something Mark Wahlberg would be in.
I think he is in it.
Yeah.
I think, man.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Did he do this in the movie?
Twin telepathy in action, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen.
Did he do it? Do it again.
Did you do this in the movie when he was talking?
I really find your stone really romantic.
Why am I out of breath so much? I'm in such good shape. But let's stick with scary.
Yeah.
Because
Even
Halloween.
like that. Good.
All right. Well,
Good. I love that.
let me throw one out there. So, my brother and I, when we were younger, we watched this movie called Arnold, and we saw it at a drive-in theater. It was made in like 1973. It was the scariest movie I'd ever seen. Basically, this lady was getting married, and you find out she's marrying a dead man, and so it was just so weird. And we're
It's called
kids.
what?
Wait,
Arnold, just Arnold.
How do they have him? What do they like? Prop him up on strings? At the
Well,
wedding? What do you mean?
for-
Oh, no, you're thinking of Weekend at Bernie's.
No, I'm
yeah. That's
But anyway, for years we could not, we always talked about it, but we never find it again.
Mm.
And I just found it again on YouTube. It's crazy.
And it's called
Arnold.
It's called Arnold. Yeah.
Is it scary or is it as an adult? Sometimes you watch things as a kid, and when you watch it again as an adult, you're like, "This is goofy as shit." That's how I
Yeah.
felt about Elm Street.
Look at
that.
this. It's on VHS.
Look at that,
even,
Auto tracking.
Oh, United Artists. Remember these old? Oh, those from Mexico.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll just jump into it here, So
What?
So that dude.
Whoa.
you can see how old it is.
Yeah, we're looking at.
Oh, Chrissy from Three's Company.
Yeah. Oh, this is great.
Yeah. But yeah, this movie's scary. This is one of those movies, right? As a child, I just
Is it?
forgot
Would it be considered a B movie? Like a B?
Yeah, I would consider.
Well, I
it a B movie.
recognize that actor in the mustache there. He's been in a lot. He was in.
Yeah.
Isn't that the dad? No, I don't remember. But he's been in a bunch of stuff. These
Isn't
are
it
all
trip-
character actors. I love that it's obviously a big wooden set.
You know, it's a trip when you see these old actors in these old films. Oh, look at that. Hilarious.
There you
the
go.
boob shot.
Yeah.
You're literally like, oh, that girl's 23.
I know, right?
But she
Everybody
looks 50. You know?
Right. Yeah.
So funny.
just like in all the '80s movies. The kids all looked like
They all
in
look
their
like they
30s.
all look like they were going home to their families
Yeah.
after work.
I saw a funny thing that said Gen X, the only generation that was born at 30 and is still 30.
Yeah. So I just recently watched the remake of Salem's Lot.
Okay.
I really liked it a lot.
I didn't get a chance to. You told me to watch it, and I did.
And it's pretty scary. And it takes place in the late 70s.
So the same as
So
the old.
It's very nostalgic.
Okay.
So there's like a scene where there's remember when we used to go to the drive-in theater.
Yeah.
Remember what we would do? We would get our friend's car with the biggest trunk, and you'd put like 4 friends in the trunk. And then, because they charge you per person that was in the car.
Mm.
And there's a scene in Salem's Lot where they're doing that. And I'm like, oh man, that's nice.
We did that.
But it's pretty good. You said mom was a little
Our
disappointed
mother-
about something.
Our mother is a Stephen King. She's read every Stephen King book that's
Multiple
probably been
times, yeah.
printed. I mean, I can remember several birthdays and several Mother's Days and Christmases where a gift to her was his latest book.
Yeah.
You know, and she was just stoked. So she's like how I am with Star Wars. Mom is like that with Stephen King and Harry Potter. She knows everything there is to know about all those stuff. And
It's kind of cute how how mom got into Harry Potter and why she got into it. Because Harry Potter books became really popular when my oldest, my 35-year-old, was
and my oldest, they're the same age.
Mm.
still in,
Oh no, I'm sorry, my youngest. Sorry.
they were still in school and the books were popular and there were people on the news saying, I don't know if these are good for kids, da 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 da.
Yeah.
So my mom's like, I'll read them just to make sure, because my mom babysat my kids a lot.
Okay.
And so my kids would end up at grandma's house after school until I got off work and then I can, whatever.
And I remember I was reading at the same time for Tiana.
So my mom started reading the books and then she just like, oh, I can't put these down, and
Yeah.
read all of them. And then when the movies came out, it was like, oh, fuck yeah. And then there's a bunch of movies and shit. Go ahead. So mom's,
So she's a bit of she thought that it was changed too much. There were things in it that she didn't enjoy because they changed it or something. But
there were some classic scenes in it.
yeah.
Remember the friend at the window?
So they redid that?
They did
Oh,
that.
good. That was the scariest scene in the original movie of Salem's Lot.
And what was the main vampire's name? Mr.
V.
Huh?
Mr. V.
No, he had like a name, like a
No,
guy's name.
I remember. It's been so long since I read that. I've read that book once, but I was like a teenager.
Looks great in it.
Wow.
And then there are some scary scenes when like things are coming out of the dark slowly, and like,
I'm gonna watch it now.
yeah, it's I enjoyed it.
Okay.
And the lead actor, Bill Pullman,
yes,
Was
is he the guy? He was the president in Independence Day.
his son
Okay.
is the lead guy, and you're like,
Mhm.
oh shit, he looks and sounds so much like his dad. He was in Top Gun too.
Right.
He's in the new Top Gun. But yeah, Barlow, Mr. Barlow.
That's right.
Kurt,
Oh
Kurt
man,
Barlow.
Now once you said it, it came back.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
Kurt Barlow.
Oh,
He's
you
a fictional vampire and the main antagonist of Stephen King's 75 horror novel, Salem's Lot. So the novel came out in 75.
Yeah, we were 4.
When did the movie come out?
The movie came out in
78, maybe?
Yeah, or maybe 79.
Nosferatu.
No, I don't think he is. He just, the question there was, there's a new Nosferatu movie coming out.
What's the one where it's on a ship coming to America and there's
The last voyage of the something.
The Damned?
Where'd that go?
No, it's the name of the boat, isn't it? I don't know.
Because I was seeing previews for it. I'm like, I can't wait. And I haven't seen anything for it.
I don't know.
The last voyage of something. but it's like this ship.
Demeter.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where can we see that? Because I knew it was
says
coming out.
It came out in 2023.
Yeah, I remember seeing
It
all
must
the
have
hype.
flopped or something because
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
yeah,
And-
that's another thing that the internet,
Yeah.
the internet
50%,
age,
Rotten Tomatoes here.
Yeah.
Let's see.
5-0. That bad? I don't know
Uh,
anything about Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, it's just their score. IMDb 6.1 out of 10. Letterboxd,
Yeah.
whatever.
The last voyage of the Demeter, and
I want to see it.
and basically, if I understand, that's it's a boat that was shipping Dracula.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bringing him where though?
Some sort of Sylvania.
Okay, well, yeah, I want to see that. Those kind of
Pennsylvania?
that kind of that. Those are sometimes I got sick of like the vampire-ish movies, but then the New Salem's Lot, I like it. I don't know. Hey,
I don't watch any werewolf movies.
No?
No, werewolves. There's those two types of movies that turn me off: werewolves and time travel. Believe it or not, time travel.
why werewolves? What is it that you
I don't know. This
think
is,
it's corny?
I just
Like it's not scary to you?
I don't know. It's like the way they change. They don't have any control over it. It just seems yeah. And
You want them to be just like, poof, werewolf.
yeah, exactly. Be a hero. Come on. Whatever.
All-time best werewolf transformation scene is American Werewolf in
In London, yeah. And we've all seen that.
And one of the things about it that makes it great is the song playing. Isn't it playing Bad Mood Rising?
Yeah.
I feel a bad mood.
Now-
When his hands grew.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it was also the scenes in the underground were really scary.
that's why Michael Jackson hired him to do that.
I was
thing,
gonna
right, to do
say
the Thriller.
Thriller was pretty.
Yeah.
And they
pretty
did the
good
same
too.
technology where the snout grew.
right.
and all that
Michael
shit,
Jackson's outgrew. Yeah, but yeah, that scene in again about what you can't see. You were bringing back what you can't. What's
That's
scary is when you
scary as
can't
shit.
see it, and it's gonna get you. The American Werewolf in London scene in the underground when that businessman was running from the werewolf in the tubes.
Yes.
Oh man, that was really
I'm
scary.
gonna rewatch that one too.
And you can kind of see it in the background at one point. You can kind of see it way off in the background, the wolf. And
It was so violent.
Oh,
Like this
yeah.
whole scene in the middle of the street where there was tons of people around and he was just like ripping people apart.
if you're again, a back in the day movie, if you're a fan of horror comedies, because that's what American Werewolf in London was. There were scary parts for
I
sure.
don't remember any comedy in that.
But there
movie.
was a lot of Oh, remember when his friend came back to talk to him?
Oh, the dead guy.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
the way
yeah,
he was
he's
literally
all
just this falling
ripped
apart
apart. Yeah,
corpse,
yeah,
and he's like, "Hey, buddy, what's up?" He just talked all normal,
Yeah.
you know, like it was pretty funny, and the lines were really good. But that's a great movie.
Because he killed his buddy, right?
Yeah.
well, the werewolf did.
Sorry.
Yeah, and his buddy's coming, and he survived the werewolf's bite or scratch or whatever. So his buddy was coming back from the dead to tell him, "You got to off yourself, man."
Oh, the werewolf before he got changed.
Yeah.
Got it.
So you lived means now it's you, and now you got to off yourself. And then the first night he turns into a werewolf. I'm gonna ruin the movie. I don't want to give it a whole movie.
Well,
Yeah, I'm gonna,
See, that's what you were saying. That's what I do. I want to tell the whole.
because it's exciting. But that's another thing that really bums me about this whole internet age is there's nothing that you can't see.
Hmm.
Like think about the scenes that were kind of creepy and stuff in Halloween when he was standing next to a shrub. Someone's Ring camera is gonna catch it. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
that's not a thing. Everyone sees you now. You know what I mean? Like what the fuck's that guy doing in the
right.
janitor outfit in a William Shatner mask? That's another thing a lot of people don't know about the Halloween mask. It's a William Shatner from Star Trek, and he took it because he was grotesque.
Oh.
And he put it on. So a lot of people don't know that mask is. Look at that. It's
Is it turned inside out or something?
No, they they kind of painted it a little bit and did some things to it, but it was
William
it-
Shatner.
it was
They
a
painted it
Captain
white.
Kirk mask. It was a Captain
I
Kirk.
grew
mask.
up with Captain Kirk. Man.
Yeah, it was.
I know you're a Trekkie.
Remember when they would do
Yeah.
the whole full pull over rubber mask of your character, like it's Spock, or that was the Captain Kirk one. And what
Yeah.
the producers did is they took that mask and they just made it white
Oh,
instead of flesh
'Cause
color.
if you remember the movie, he take it off of somebody like he
He got it out of a store.
got it out of
if
a
I remember correctly. Yeah.
He was in a store and he just reaches over and pulls it, and next you know he pulls it on.
And then ever since then,
Yeah, you can
You
hear,
can hear him breathing in there.
now which guy was? Oh, this was Michael Myers.
Michael Myers.
I
yeah.
I get him mixed up with Jason.
Well.
I was never a fan of any of those goofy movies.
It's another thing too.
Jason-
Jason is famous for the Friday the 13th movies. He wasn't hockey mask. Jason wasn't in the first one.
He was even the second one.
It was like the third
He
one.
was the third one.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th in 3D. Remember that? And one of the
my
kids,
God, and we went and saw
one of the
it.
kids took a mask to the camp, and when and Jason, I believe he killed him with a crossbow, I think,
Great.
and then took the hockey mask and put it on himself. And ever since then, he wore it.
That's
But the
that.
first Friday the 13th movie, Jason wasn't even the killer.
No, it was the mom.
It was his mom.
Yep.
And then the second movie, it was him, and he wore a burlap sack.
He was avenging his mother's death.
Yeah, he
Came
wore a
back
sack
from
over his
the
head,
dead
which
or
was
whatever.
really scary.
Okay.
And then in part 3 in 3D is when he got the hockey mask. But the Michael Myers story has always been better. He's a way cooler character.
We saw him as
Sorry,
a child.
sorry.
Didn't we see Mike Myers as a kid?
Huh?
There's a scene in
You know,
the
that's a character in a movie. He's not real.
No. In the movie, shithead.
And what I do, act more stupidly.
We see him after he killed his family or something. He's like a little kid in a Halloween costume.
Yeah.
That's okay, yeah.
Yeah. And then you see that's the first movie. And then you see his face briefly when he's attacking Laurie Strode in the closet.
And that
And
was
he has to
Jamie Lee
pull-
Curtis, right?
Scream Queen.
Mhm.
Scream Queen.
Yeah.
She got them titties.
Because her mom was a scream queen.
Was she?
Yeah.
Her mom.
Janet Leigh, I think
Janet
her
Leigh.
name was.
Was she the one from the shower scene in Psycho?
I believe so. Let's look that up. If only
What?
there was a thing.
Who was the actress in the shower in the movie Psycho? Oh, if you want to go way back, that's another pretty freaking creepy, scary movie, Psycho.
Yep.
The original Psycho, because
Mhm.
they did remake that one, and I believe they remade it with Vince Vaughn.
Yes. And it was a shot-for-shot remake.
That's
And Anne Heche was in the shower.
See, the only tough thing about a shot-for-shot remake is you want to see it for like the
Marley Renfro.
like the what's the word I'm looking for?
That was who was in the shower. Look up her mom.
She was a
maybe
Playboy bunny. Ooh.
Marley.
Ooh.
Look up Janet Leigh. Is that maybe
She was a
getting that wrong?
21-year-old Playboy cover girl when she landed the role as Janet Leigh's body double.
Oh, she's a body double.
Yeah, so it was Janet Leigh.
It was Janet Leigh. Okay.
Yeah,
cool,
so that's
The
Jamie Lee
face.
Curtis's mom.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The shot for shot thing, it takes it's like a novelty because it's not going to scare me because I've seen the original and I know what's going to happen.
Right.
But I think the original one with the who played Norman, who played Norman
Anthony
Bates?
Hopkins.
No.
No, Anthony.
Something.
Anthony something.
Anthony. Are you sure?
I just watched another.
Look
movie
it up.
with him.
Look it up. I want to know how close I am.
I got on an Agatha.
Perkins. Anthony Perkins.
Yeah, I got on an Agatha Christie.
Anthony Perkins. Did I get it?
That's right. Yeah.
No, okay.
Yeah.
I got on an Agatha Christie kick the other day, and
Mm.
I ended up watching the Murder on the Orient Express.
The new one or the?
The one with him in it. He's in it.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
The old one, the original
Yeah.
with McGonagall. What's her name that plays Maggie Smith?
What the hell? McGonagall?
You know, she's the lady in the wizard lady in the Harry Potter movies.
Oh yes,
Mrs. McGonagall.
That was not Murder on the Orient Express. That was Death Under the Sun.
Oh, what's Death on the Nile?
Death on the Nile is
That's the one that just remade. They just remade.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Well, they remade Murder on the Orient Express. as
Right.
well.
Yeah. The guy, what's his name? The actor playing Hercule Poirot. What's his name? He directed Thor.
Is it Banner? Something?
No. He directed the original, the first Thor movie, Marvel Thor movie that came out with Hemsworth. God,
So,
what's his name?
if-
Brennan?
Yeah, Branagh.
Something like
Kenneth Branagh.
that. That's the guy.
Kenneth.
Am I right?
Yeah. Let's see.
Look up and see if
Yeah,
he's
he
the
played
director of
Poirot.
Thor.
Kenneth.
Yeah,
Branagh.
yeah, that guy. I'm pretty sure he directed Thor.
Yeah, he did.
Ah, sweet.
Huh. You look at you knowing shit. Damn, he's only 10 years older than us.
Mm.
Damn.
63.
We old.
We old.
So, okay, so Halloween time. I love this month.
The
because
original.
I love watching scary shit
Mhm.
or sometimes nostalgic scary stuff.
Right.
But I've seen people go, here's some great movies to watch for Halloween. And then they list Gremlins.
Because they're talking about family friendly, probably.
Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
Yes. Thanks, bro.
Disney. I mean, Gremlins is a.
Is it Christmas?
Yes.
Oh, because she got it for Christmas?
He got it for
She
Christmas.
got it for Christmas. Oh, I forgot about that.
Dude, remember when it first came out? Dude, I miss those. We had some. And we had the the pleasure of being surprised by things. There was no spoiler alerts on your fucking phone and that shit. You didn't know till you got there.
Mhm.
You didn't know until you watched it and got there. And there's now today's like, before the movie even comes out, you're like, oh, the actors on the set of so-and-so are mad at each other because they're fucking commitment. I'm like,
Oh,
I don't want to know
yeah.
any of the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, and don't be
Right.
Don't be a week late
don't-
after the opening because it'll be
Yeah.
all over the news.
Yeah, that goes back to everybody
Yeah.
has to be a part of the show.
It's crazy. And now, and like, ugh,
You know what I was tripping out on?
people going behind the scene. I don't want to see behind the scenes.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Because it takes me out of the story. Now I'm like, oh, this is made up shit by people that aren't really those people.
yeah, yeah.
Right.
We
I don't
don't.
wanna know
Yeah,
that.
we don't need to see all that stuff.
We have too much access. I've said it on.
Mhm.
So
It's like when it's like when blooper reels get super popular.
right.
Wow, they're actually able to package and sell mistakes.
Yeah.
You know,
I never even thought about it that way.
think about it. That hasn't been done since the fucking donut hole or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So if you were to say to somebody, we're almost at the end of the episode.
Mm.
Good 2 or 3 movies to watch for Halloween. That's gonna
Oh
be-
man, that's tough. Okay. Halloween, the original. And 2. I think 2 is good as well. Halloween 2, the original Halloween 2 takes place it's later that night is what it is.
Mm.
And then so that's it. And then but gosh, there's so many. There's an old one with the guy who played Patton. What's his name? That actor. Old movie, and it's called and I remember his house was haunted, and you can hear like a big porcelain bathtub being banged down from way upstairs. It was really creepy.
What?
It's called The Something. The mom's gonna listen to this and go nuts because she knows that movie so well. But our mom, by the way, she's like a creepy movie connoisseur. She knows all the good ones.
Yeah.
But so anyway, that I can't remember what it was called, but let's see if any of them that are like more current that are scary.
Yeah.
Well, the new It movie's great, but
Yeah.
but everybody knows what's going on.
That's 2019, by the
Yeah.
way. So that you could watch both chapters. It's great.
See, when you're like you said, I'm like you, and the whole thing about it's weird to have a favorite. Notice I can list movies. Remember this? Did you see this? Do you see that? But as soon as I'm put on the spot to go, what are the ones you like the best?
Same.
I can't think of any.
Same. Because there's so many.
Yeah.
And you're not a crazy person. For Halloween, the season,
Hmm.
I like movies that are based around the season.
Yeah.
Like Halloween.
Oh.
Halloween is great because you got the whole trick-or-treaters and kids out there on the street,
Yeah.
that whole aspect, which also isn't that apparently not a thing much here. We get very little trick-or-treaters these days. It's a trip.
Yeah, it's very dangerous.
Now they do it. We're going to go trunk-or-treating. Have you heard of that bullshit?
Yeah.
Wait, no.
We're all going to park our cars in the parking lot, and the kids are going to walk around or have candy in the trunks. And
It's called Trunk or Treat, and they do it on like school
Yeah,
playgrounds
stop.
and shit.
Yo.
Imagine.
Is that a COVID
Okay,
thing?
let's take us
Real
back.
quick, let me say the movies. Real quick themed.
Sorry.
You know which one we didn't mention, which is because there's also the fun ones, but they're Halloween and they could be jump scary. Scream.
Yep. Yeah.
Scream is great.
Mm-hmm.
Scream is awesome.
It's a good movie.
And then you got really creepy, scary ones like Inanimate Objects. They're gonna get you.
Mm-hmm.
The Car,
Mm-hmm.
The Duel.
The Duel. Yeah.
The Duel. That was the big semi truck, right? Which one was the big semi truck that chased the guy through the desert?
That was The Duel, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Gosh.
But then if you want to be creeped out, watch Salem's Lot. Watch. Dude, I just thought,
Amityville Horror.
you know what would be a great scary movie? Trunk or Treat.
Just people grabbing people.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
There's like a child kidnapper guy out there. And he
Trunk or Treat.
Trunk or Treat kids and
Imagine-
the car's alive.
Right.
He pulls the kid into the truck.
Imagine you and I at 11, 9, 10, 11, got our
Yeah.
costumes and got our bags. We're ready to go.
Yep.
And mom and dad go, hey, we're going to do this different thing tonight. We're going to go to the school, and all the parents and PTA members have parked their cars, and you're going to go from car to car, and then we're calling it Trunk or Treat.
We'd be like,
We'd be fucking
Have you-
pissed.
have you lost your minds, mom and dad?
Yeah. What?
Yeah, no, I mean,
I remember when they started doing trick or treating in the malls
Hey,
to keep kids inside.
that's nuts, man.
yeah.
And
Because
half
it's
the
not just the candy pop. Half the fun's is seeing the decorated
More
home.
half
That's
the
my
fun.
point. Yeah,
Yeah.
you missed that.
and then creepy shit. Remember there was always a creepy house in the neighborhood?
yeah.
And you're like, should we go to that one?
Tonight's the night, man. We're going
Yeah.
in. We're going in.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You guys missed out, you zebras.
Yeah, we're gonna keep talking about Halloween till it
Yeah,
comes.
I
think.
love Halloween. So
Are you guys doing costumes?
I don't
Mm.
I wear the same costume every year. I dress as my brother.
Mm.
People always ask me, what are you dressed as? I'm like, my brother.
How old is that, Joe?
Now, for years, I had for years. I had an authentic, very authentic Michael Myers.
Whoa, so
Okay.
scary.
Really,
And he's
actually
tall.
scary. And it was fun when my kids were little because, I'd be walking down the street with a little kitten on one hand, a little mouse, and my daughters are like wondering why other kids are afraid of me. They're like, "That's just my dad."
And you have to keep that straight face, that straight
Yeah.
posture.
Oh, it was great. I used to love it. And I'd stand like back when they'd be up at the door. So sometimes the parents would be giving candy, kind of looking over their shoulder at me. "You guys okay?"
It'd be great as you're standing in the back behind them. They maybe
that
don't
your
even know you're
dad?
the dad. And they look over their shoulder and you do that. You do this.
The head tilt. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Cool.
Oh, I got to.
Halloween stuff.
The heck is this? Oh.
What do you got coming up?
Coming up, what do I got? Elk Valley Casino in Crescent City, California. I'm doing Hendrick's Restaurant in Laguna Niguel this is
I'll order the
after
Purple Haze.
tomorrow, actually. So you'll be seeing this after that. So it was
We had a great time.
me, Brian Callen, Jay Lamont. It was cool.
Yeah.
What else? That's so far all I can think of. I mean, every week you'll see me at the Comedy Store.
Sweet.
Don't you fret and don't you frown. Come to the show and I'll knock you down.
What, this is the Comedy Store in Hollywood, right?
Yes.
Okay.
World famous Comedy Store in Hollywood, California. On
I'm
Sunset Boulevard.
gonna actually
Sunset.
take you up on that invitation.
Dude, you should go. It's it's a great time because first of all, it's a community. It's really cool, and you'll see stars just walking in and having a drink at the bar next to you, and people you're like, "Oh, I saw his special."
Yeah.
Fun. Pretty cool thing. Who showed up last night at the store? Martin Lawrence showed up last night at the store.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Martin
That was
Lawrence was
Martin.
there. Or Martin. Martin Lawrence was there last night. Russell Peters was there last night. Gary Owen hung out with Gary Owen last night. We had a good. It was fun.
Cool, man.
But other than that, thanks for joining us. If you guys have any ideas that you want to tell us for scary movies, do you check the email?
Yeah.
Email us at unidenticalpod@gmail.com. Give us what you think is a great scary movie to watch during this spooky season. And continue to rate and review on all the audio podcasts. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell on YouTube, and of course, unidenticalpod.com for a one-stop shop, everything Unidentical Pod.
Do it.
Thanks, guys. See you later.
Bye.
Unidentical.